Headshot.
Welcome everyone to Goatpunch.
Yeah.
Goatpunch casts.
What the hell is Goatpunch, you may ask? Goatpunch is a gaming podcast made by two Let's Players, one being Awesome Sauce, that's me.
One being Sweet Victory.
We're both here.
We're both here. The game in the background today is Uncharted 3 Co-op Arena.
Yeah, we did a little co-op arena-ing.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was super fun.
A lot of fun in that game. You know, can't wait to get my own copy. I gotta give it a nice spin. I would highly suggest to anybody who's into anything.
Yeah, if you're into things...
Doesn't matter. If you're into, like, pottery, fucking get Uncharted 3! Doesn't matter. It's that cool.
It's
Nathan
that
Drake.
amazing. Nathan drank. It's because I'm thirsty.
Eliteness and became Nathan Drake. I would like to have his children. I apologize for the video quality. I'm a nub. Anyways, today, as we do with many casts of Goatpunch, yes.
We've never done a Goatpunch before, my friend.
No, this would be the first Goatpunch. A goat.
That is his goat impression.
No, I have an actual goat though. Seriously.
He does actually have a goat. We don't punch it. This is not a violent television show.
No.
It's not a television show at all, in fact.
Now, basically what we're going to do here on YouTube. Hi, everybody on YouTube. You're going to be watching this. And if you don't feel like watching it, then hi, everybody on podcast. You're just listening to us. You're missing out on the leaked footage, though. But you get to look at a picture.
I got some for you.
Yeah. There might be a photograph, but if you are on iTunes, you're just listening. So, welcome whoever you are.
Yes.
Goat punchers of the world.
Goat punch.
Goat punchers. That's a good thing to call people.
Yep.
You guys are our goat punchers.
Because the real enemy is goats, and we all know this.
It's true. It's true. I mean, how many times have goats ruined your life? So many.
It's so true, you know. I don't know, maybe goat... I don't know. I don't hate goats that much, but they need to be punched every once in a while. That's terrible. This is going...
Just keep them in line. This is going
as indicative of any one of our podcasts that used to be old podcasts.
We really tried it. We have tried to do podcasts a couple times before, but it's never really clicked.
I know, but...
Mainly because of, like, recording issues and stuff.
We're following suit to start out with hate speech.
We're really bad about descending into, like... we did this one podcast that never made it to air.
Existed.
It never really existed.
Never happened.
We basically went on a racist website and started reading to find out how ridiculous it was.
Yep, like we started reading off racist. Anyway,
it was terrible. We were like, "Hey, this is a racist website. Why don't we read its description?" And we thought it would be like, you know, humorous. It turned out to just be like really, really disturbing. There are people out there that believe this kind of thing, you know, and. Anyway, it descended into madness quite quickly.
Very, very quick.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not gonna talk about any of that today.
No racism.
What are we gonna talk about today?
Well, I recently heard about this thing called Twitter.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. You go on there and you tweet.
Yeah.
You tweet things. All of this to say, you guys should follow us on Twitter. Follow us at Goatpunch. That's us, at Goatpunch. Follow us on Twitter because we would like to add a Twitter section to these videos and podcasts. We'll read off Twitter comments from you guys, and we would love to hear from you. So if you do want to talk to us on Twitter, please follow us at Goatpunch. Twitter.com.
No, please leave a comment in the video.
Yes, leave a comment in the video. We will read both YouTube comments. We will read both YouTube comments and Twitter comments, and we'll put a comment question of the week or something at the end or something.
Or you know, maybe we'll go over some questions that you hit on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe if you ask some questions, we can go over those and answer them.
If we ask a question what we're talking about, and you guys find it intriguing, you can answer it by doing a Twitter if you're on the podcast, if you're listening to us, or if you're on YouTube.
For sure.
But anyways,
so the real topic I wanted to talk about today. Recently, this goes back to Twitter. I've been following Stephen Blum on Twitter, who is a voice actor who's a favorite of mine. This has done a lot of great voices. Most notably, he was Tom on Toonami. And I don't know how many viewers here were Toonami fans, but if you aren't a Toonami fan, just There's a problem, okay? If you're not a Toonami fan, there's an issue.
Toonami of
Toonami was a programming block on Cartoon Network where basically they had a spaceship and this robot, and he would introduce television shows to you, and then there would be this guy doing promos, and it was the voice of Optimus Prime, and they would do these intros that were really cool, and they taught you life lessons, and it was... One day, Cartoon Network decided to axe, because they're idiots, and replaced it entirely with Adult Swim. Not that I don't think Adult Swim was a good idea in the first place. I'm not a huge fan of Adult Swim. Let's just say that. But I am a much bigger fan of Adult Swim now because they brought back Toonami.
Yeah.
Mainly due to the pushing and shoving and insistence of Stephen Blum, the voice of Tom, the robot. And basically, Toonami's coming back. May 26th, Toonami is back for good.
Mark your calendars.
And I'm so freaking excited. And I guess what I wanted to talk about was stuff like that, like childhood memories and things like that. So, did you ever watch Toonami?
It's been so long, I don't hardly remember. Wasn't this game... Okay, there was a show called Cubics?
Cubics was not that was on the WB. Man.
Was it?
Yes.
Fucking...
I remember the theme song to Cubics, and I hated that show. So stupid.
It was dumb.
Cubics, robots for everyone.
Oh my god, man.
Except for people who like good television.
Mass production of cheap robots.
Oh, it was freaking terrible.
It was terrible.
It was about a robot who was built of cubes. And
hence the name?
Hence the name Cubics.
Like, if I had not seen the show, my automatic assumption would be, this guy is made of spheres.
Of course. That's what I would assume as well. But no, it was made of a cube. Not a cube, not a single cube. Made of multiple cubes. He was a cubey type of dude.
If that was just one cube.
He'd just be cube. He wouldn't be Cubics.
Cubics apparently is... Anyway.
It's the multiple.
Toonami.
So the kid... No, wait. No,
okay.
Seriously, it gets more ridiculous.
I know, I watched the show.
I know, but they didn't.
They might have.
We're discussing.
They might be like, my ears, not Cubics!
If you haven't watched Cubics, the other thing is that the kid in the show, the child who is important for every television show to have, apparently, the child himself was the son of some guy who ran a donut shop, and that was like an important plot point.
Yep.
The dad ran a donut shop, and there was this Asian woman who the dad had the hots for, and she really liked chocolate glazed donuts. And that was an important plot point.
That is a way to a woman's heart with chocolate glazed
donuts. Give me a chocolate glazed donuts and
that
I'll
is
suck
like
your
that
dick.
is the most Americanized way of flirting right there.
Donuts.
Just feed the woman you love, and they will love you back.
Feed them donuts, and you can buy them.
Feed all your friends donuts.
You can buy sex with donuts.
Apparently.
Tell the truth.
That's not the only show that revolved around donuts a lot, though.
What was the other one?
Mucha Lucha.
There were donuts in Mucha Lucha?
Yeah.
I was not a fan. Explain this to me.
Like the three rights they follow or something. It's like pride, something else, and donuts. I'm not shitting you. I'm not shitting you. I'm not shitting anybody.
Why would
so
you?
Anyway,
don't shit me, man.
What was on Toonami?
Toonami had a lot of stuff. It had sort of a revolving schedule. At first, it started out with, people on here who were Toonami fans probably know this already, but Toonami had a revolving schedule of like anime shows, action television, and their whole deal was just action cartoons, And the fact is that Cartoon Network isn't really showing that many really good cartoons anymore. And Toonami, yeah, they were all reruns. Yeah, you probably could have seen them if you, watched them somewhere else or on DVD or something. As a kid, you didn't really have access to DVDs, but what it did was it got you hyped up about these shows, right? They would put, instead of having just, this is a show, this is a show, this is a show, they'd have some guy introduce it in between commercials. Instead of having a full block of like 3 minutes of commercials, you'd have a music video, and maybe next commercial break you'd have a video game review, and they were all done by this, pretty cool anthropomorphic robot guy, right? And it just sort of hyped you up to see these cartoons. And they would do these intros with Peter Cullen going, "This show is gonna be awesome." There were a bunch of shows that I watched simply because Peter Cullen made them sound cool. And it turned out that those shows weren't cool sometimes. Like Dot Hack Sign. I don't know if you ever watched that.
No.
Never watched Dot Hack Sign? That show is confusing as fuck.
Wait, I might have. No, that was Ghost Protocol.
Oh, you're talking about Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? That's what was going through my head.
Ghost Protocol is the new Mission Impossible movie.
No, not Ghost Protocol. It's like Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
Right. That's what it was. Yeah, it was confusing as shit. Because I remember watching it and, like, they would sit there and talk for, like, literally 10 minutes about this speaking of dialogue and then we're just asking each other questions. But like, why the fuck does this care? And, like, half plus 80%.
That's the thing, when you're a teenager, or, like, I think I was, like, 11 years old when Toonami was really big, I was 8, I think 9 to 11 was my Toonami years, or at least that's when it was, the biggest in my life, right? I would rush home from school to go watch Toonami. Because they had Dragon Ball Z, right? Which was just the most epic 30 minutes of my day. It was the time I got to see these big burly guys do awesome martial arts against the scum of the universe, and I loved it. And then there was so many good shows. There was Outlaw Star, which was kind of a space western thing. There was Yu Yu Hakusho, which was kind of like Dragon Ball Z, but it had sort of a detective flair to it. Although it ended up just being like a martial arts show eventually.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dragon Ball Z, basically. It would have been cool if they'd kept the detective thing to it a little bit. They didn't. It was still a really good show. I still love it. Like, I have the DVD. Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin was on there. That show was freaking awesome. And they would have these intros where Peter Cullen would be like, in a world where the Japanese have had a civil war, old habits seldom fade. No, wait, was it? Oh, yeah, he would have these awesome catchphrases, right? For Kenshin, he said, old memories seldom fade, but bad habits die hard. And then he would start just fucking people up. The character, that is, right? I mean, nobody could turn a catchphrase like Peter Cullen. I'm telling you. The catchphrase for Batman, because Batman the Animated Series ran it. The catchphrase for that was, good guys wear black.
Great.
Right?
I heard it.
Don't lose him!
How would you freaking not get hyped up for a show when you have Peter Cullen, just making things sound cool?
Now, Toonami, traditionally, did it come from satellite cable?
Satellite and cable.
Okay, I didn't have satellite and
because
cable
it was
before.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah. I didn't have either of those. I think it had it on. I didn't have
Cartoon Network on antenna? That never happened.
Oh, I think it was on.
No, you're talking about WB.
Whatever. Anyway.
No. Channel 34 had Toonami on Saturdays, but it was diluted.
That would be why I never watched Toonami, because we didn't have satellite until
Oh, okay. Well, what was your favorite childhood cartoon?
Oh, jeez, that's a hard one. I really liked, early childhood.
I don't know. It doesn't matter as long as you're not talking about, Blue's Clues or something.
Oh.
I just took away your favorite show, didn't I?
Shit, man.
Damn it, I got nothing to talk about.
No, let's see. One of my favorite cartoons to watch as a child,
like any era of your childhood, as long as you were a child.
I liked Digimon back in the day.
Man, I wasn't a Digimon fan. The thing is, Harry actually talked about this recently. Rock, Paper, Mario, that is. We have to have him on as a guest. That would be fun. We had him on as a guest back when this was called... We used to do this podcast type thing called All Night Gamers, and we would have guests, but it was really short-lived because it was part of Jid D-Pad, and that just freaking died.
They turned into Sweet Victory 117 version 2.
Well, yeah. Basically, it was a bad deal. But the thing is, we had Rock, Paper, Mario on here as a guest. That was really fun. What I'm saying is we should do it again.
We should have guests. Say you want to be guests? Comment box or email us or go on Twitter.
If you would like to guest star, too bad. A two-man show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
what other shows does anybody? Okay, do you remember VR Troopers?
I remember VR Troopers, but I always thought that was kind of a knockoff.
Oh.
I always thought that was a knockoff of Power Rangers.
It was.
And it was.
Blatantly.
It was blatant,
Just
terrible.
like Digimon was almost a blatant knockoff of
Oh,
Pokemon.
not quite though. That's it. That's just it.
It's a little bit-
Digimon had a more in-depth story and more realistic characters. I mean, I know we're talking about a show about, you know, kids thrown into the digital world, but like, look at Pokemon, right? You've got characters who never change.
I know.
In Digimon, the characters go through changes. They age. They have issues that they work out. And when they work out those issues, they're done. That's the end of their story.
Yeah.
Which, as a kid, I hated the shit out of. But as an adult, I look at that and I say, that's a good story. You know?
Yep.
I mean, I love Pokemon as much as the next guy because it doesn't change. You know? You know what to expect with Pokemon, and it doesn't get boring. But with Digimon, it's just a better told story. I mean, it's not the best told story ever. You know, it's not the most epic anime in the world.
That's true.
But it had a better storyline, I think, than Pokemon did. And that was what I was saying. Harry was talking about this in an episode of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg recently. I don't think he was dragging that, but yeah, he talked about Digimon. Funny
No, I haven't. A couple episodes. We haven't crafted. No, for a while there, I actually had satellite when I was a kid, but got rid of it. There was a giant satellite dish in my backyard.
Yeah, I see that.
Back when I was like 5 years old. And I remember I used to watch the show called. Do you remember like any of those old timey like?
I remember
satellite
watching a show on satellite called Busty Cuties 2.
Oh, I watched that.
That was my favorite.
That
show.
was when I was like 3. I watched that.
Okay.
I was like lunch. But it made me hungry.
Anyway, you were saying
there was some shows like I always liked these shows, and I don't understand why they got rid of them. I'm talking about like game shows when they used to be good.
Yeah.
Like
what did they get
What
rid of?
Did You
Good
Do?
television?
And Guts and Legends of the Lost Temple.
Oh my God, those were the best.
They were
Freaking
man. Aggro crap.
Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Right? And there was because that had what's his name? Olmec.
Yeah.
Oh, you should go in here and get raped by these skeleton-looking guys. For money!
Silver monkey.
That freaked me out, dude. Were you ever, like, really, really scared of the monsters that get in there?
Go in there!
I mean,
Oh, God. Oh, he's getting hit by the Oh, my God. Why would you do that?
They have freaking zombies hiding in a kid's maze. And, like, I would sit there, even if they didn't bring out those zombies, I would sit there on edge, worried that they were going to get attacked. And I always thought I could never be on Legends of the Hidden Temple because I would freak out.
I would piss my pants.
I would seriously wet my pants if one of those things jumped out at me.
Siege.
I miss shows like that.
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple was great. Guts was freaking amazing.
All that was interesting. You ever remember Wienerville?
I remember Wienerville. That show was terrible.
Wienerville.
Wasn't everybody like a hot dog?
Wieners, yeah. There was a giant like trailer pulled by a wiener, Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And everybody in the show was a hot dog. I think that's the precursor to Stick Stickly. You remember Stick Stickly? You remember? He was a popsicle stick with eyes.
I might remember if
he would introduce all the summer shows on Nickelodeon.
I'm a robot.
Like, I hate to say this. I know it makes me sound like a freaking old man, but the shows on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network used to be so much better.
I know.
Okay, like, I can look at this objectively, and the shit that's on Nickelodeon, especially the live-action crap, is friggin' terrible. It's awful. Like, I mean, objectively bad. And there are good things on Nickelodeon. I watch them. They're really good. There's good things on Cartoon Network. There's some really, like, for example, Avatar: The Last Airbender. That is some of the best TV that has come out in the past, 2 decades.
Yeah, I think they dropped it. They're working on...
No, Avatar: The Last Airbender finished its run. They didn't cancel it. It finished the story.
That's what I'm saying. They dropped it. They've
Yeah.
moved on to the Legend.
Legend of Korra. That actually came out.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I don't use the cable I have in my apartment, so I haven't been watching much, but it's because my cable, my actual, my coaxial is broken, and I haven't bothered to fix it. I have Hulu, too, so I tend to watch things in here.
Hulu, you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of good shows on Nickelodeon back in the day. Like Rugrats was one of my favorites. Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocko's Modern Life was so dirty.
Bamford!
It was dirty.
Is no more dirty than fucking SpongeBob?
Yes, it is. It is more dirty than SpongeBob.
No.
There is a character whose power is extendable nipples.
There's also
extendable nipples.
Okay, on SpongeBob's Fair Transfer, part of the star.
Extendable nipples.
SpongeBob. God, it's Ren and Stimpy in the sea.
Yes, but it's not as dirty.
But they dropped down the gross factor and added a bunch of retarded factors.
They dropped down the gross factor at least in the first. I think SpongeBob is much different from Ren and Stimpy personally, but lately they've been having the gross factor in there quite a bit. They had this scene where one of the freaking characters gets his toenail ripped off, and you see it. Like, there's hanging skin on it, too. It's disgusting.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
And it's like, how is that even funny? It's just gross and painful. I don't even want to watch it anymore.
There's a lot of that gross things going on.
Yeah, like, I used to like SpongeBob, but even it's gotten pretty bad. And, like, I was a fan of SpongeBob, you know, starting as, like... It came out in 2001, so I was in junior high at the time, I guess. I never stopped watching cartoons. I was never embarrassed about it, you know?
Yeah. I still don't.
You still don't watch cartoons?
No, I still don't.
No,
I watched...
That's just it. Like, when you get to be, like, our age, like, in, you know, mid-20s, that's the point when you're supposed to be, like, really okay with who you are as a person. But, like, in high school, you're supposed to be all, like, you know, really insecure, so a lot of high schoolers stop watching cartoons, stop playing Legos, or stop playing video games because it's too childish, you know?
Yeah.
And, well, I mean... I never did that. I never went through that phase where I was like, I'm way too friggin' embarrassed to watch cartoons now. You know? I got made fun of sometimes, but I was just like, yeah, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do to me? Well, anyway, I don't know. I never went through that phase. I went through some phases, you know, where I was like, trying to be cool, I guess. I went through this phase in junior high where I listened to nothing but Dave Matthews for an entire year.
Dave Matthews.
God.
I think I've listened to When the World Ends, and I listened to...
When the World Ends was in Matrix.
Yeah.
2.
I listened to it, though, damn it! And then I listened to...
How just commenting?
Space Between.
Survive. Space between our wicked lives. Where you find me, waiting for you.
Yeah, as a fan of...
Space Between was not my favorite, but yeah. I'm sorry, I just spit on you. Yeah, I was, my brother listened to Dave Matthews, and I wanted to be just like my brother, so basically I started listening to Dave Matthews, like, nonstop.
Like, I have a brother too, but as far as musical taste, I'm the opposite. I like some of his musical taste. But, he used to listen... Okay, you know how everyone likes Green Day? Do you like Green Day?
No.
I absolutely despise them. You know why? Because he listened to nothing but Green Day.
I don't listen to a whole lot of Green Day, but I'm not a fan.
It's the same 7 songs. It's not a good band! It used to be a good band, but honestly, it's like...
They made, like, 2 good songs.
Like, my ears don't... Yep.
My ears don't adapt.
I would rather listen to Rebecca Black's Friday.
No, you wouldn't.
10 hours.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
No,
don't do that to yourself. I think that ought to be a challenge. I want to see you listen to Rebecca Black for 10 hours.
Friday. Oh, guys, it's Fridays.
She keeps coming out with songs, too. It's just like, stop.
I stopped paying attention. There's no such thing as bad music.
That's true, but I really think she ought to just stop making songs for the good of humanity. I'm not saying that, like, she won't be popular. I'm saying it's bad. It's bad for humanity that she keeps making music.
It's bad for her.
If you want to call it music. I mean, if you want to call that music, then that's fine.
I mean, I think she's just embracing the negative.
Positive?
Anyways. Another show that I remember, also, I don't know if you know, Herbie's Right Back. That's like the first show that I ever watched that I really liked. I mean, it was awesome. That's what made me fall in love with Kirby, actually.
I actually didn't watch a whole lot of Kirby Right Back at You. I knew it was a video game. And I watched... I mean, I was... as far as cartoons go, I... like Saturday morning cartoons specifically.
You watch Saturday morning?
Yeah, dude, that's what I was about to say. You read my freaking
Oh
mind.
my god! Like, quack.
Quack! I was about to say that. We're on the same wavelength.
No, I mean, like, yeah, one Saturday morning and,
Kids
recess.
WB.
Remember recess?
Dude, one Saturday morning was on recess. Yeah, actually, it's funny you should say that. I literally, like, last week, finished watching the first 4 seasons of Recess.
It's not Hulu?
No, I have them.
Oh.
I
love recess.
have them, you know, sort of.
I watched all of Rugrats on Netflix.
That's cool.
Did you
I was
ever-
never a big fan of Rugrats growing up.
Were you the one that told me, like, the weird interpretations of the child?
No,
Apparently
that was on...
Angelica's the only real...
That was on the internet. I have no idea
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
that's an interesting prospect. Although, I must say, there is an episode in Rugrats that literally gets to you when Chucky finds out his mom's dead.
What?
We go
There's an
again.
episode where Chucky finds out his mom's dead.
But she's not dead.
She is dead. No, yeah, Chucky's mom's dead.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is!
Since when did Chucky's mom die?
Chucky's mom was dead the entire show.
No, she
He
wasn't.
didn't know. Yeah,
Chucky's mom is the redhead.
no. Her mom died. His mom died of cancer when he was little.
And then who's
Little
that
Larry.
woman who was in the entire show? The redheaded woman who's married to the dad with the blue hair? Who's like, the lip shits guide says this.
That's Stu's wife,
Oh, Chucky.
not Tommy.
God damn it.
Chucky's the redheaded kid.
Sorry.
Looks like this.
I remember Chucky. Okay, Chucky's mom was dead the entire time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was really sad.
I never knew that. That's sad.
I watched this like, oh my god, what the fuck? I was sick while I was watching it.
Yeah.
Oh my
How
god.
old were you?
When I watched it originally?
Yeah.
Or when I watched it? It was like
Oh, recently.
3
Okay.
months ago.
I
was
yeah.
3 months ago.
Recess, man. That show, I feel like it's a microcosm of my childhood.
It is.
I mean, you look at it and know those things are not realistic, you know? But at the same time, they really are. Like, the interactions between the kids in the show are, they ring so freaking true to life, you know? Even though there's this ridiculous crap happening that would never happen in a real playground. There's kids digging holes, 10 foot deep in a playground, and the people are just like, putting up with that. But, you remember having dirt clod wars and stuff, and you remember, maybe getting bullied a little and getting into hijinks. I did. But you ever remember getting put up against the wall when you got in trouble? They put you up against the recess wall?
No, my principal. I
Yeah.
get called in the principal's office for like no reason.
No.
I got like one time. This is kind of scary. One of my friends. I'm not going to point any names. It's, I think I don't remember. Anyway, I know his name. But anyways, he clogged the toilet in the boys' bathroom in 3rd grade, right?
Oh my god.
And I just happened to be the sad sap in the stall next to it. And I'm just minding my own business, right?
Right.
And I walk in there with him, and I'm thinking, okay, he's just in the bathroom. I heard him flush the toilet a couple times. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Whatever. So I start walking out, and I walk outside. He's already gone. And there's a teacher just there right there, like, someone said you flushed the toilet, or like, no, like, apparently the toilet was clogged or something like that. I'm like, what? Then I got in trouble once. Actually, I didn't really get in trouble. We started this fad, right?
Right.
You take your foot out of your shoe almost all the way to the shoe and just fling it as far as you could. And we had this metal backstop thing in our elementary school. It was near the baseball field.
Yeah.
Basically, it was this giant, like, God, it was like a 15-foot fence, and it had a section that pivoted off at the top, so it created like a little kind of overhang, like chain link fence overhang. I flicked my shoe off, and it goes straight in between it, like 15 feet in the air.
Wow.
And then, like, the guy had to go in there, and I think the custodian had to go and get it down. Another fucking thing that happened was that it was raining, right? My feet were squeaking.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't fucking help it.
Yeah.
And apparently I was making too much squeaking noise. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
And the librarian told me to be quiet about it, and I couldn't. So I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to... What? And she said if you did, like, she ended up taking my shoes away.
What?
I was like, what is this, Riyadh?
How does that even happen?
Like, Jesus.
What school did you go to?
Sanger Ridge.
Oh, I hated Sanger. I went to Sanger for 2 years. Did you know that? You went... We probably knew each other.
I doubt it.
I went to Sanger for my first 2 grades.
Well, but
I at least probably saw you. I had Miss Needham for first grade, and I had Miss... Forget. Miss Lewis? I don't know. Willis? Something. She was kind of a wispy old woman. It was like, she was wispy. And she had short hair, and she was kind of a pissed off person.
I had some very angry teachers.
Miss Needham was great.
My elementary school was not that good.
No,
Not
Sanger
good
sucked, dude.
experience.
Sanger was where the rich kids were. I'm telling you, so many rich kids at Sanger. Seriously, man, that was the place where all the frat boys grew up.
I was best friends with the mayor's daughter.
Well,
It's funny though, because I feel pretty damn good about this. Yeah, mind you, it was in elementary school, but I went to soccer hop in 4th grade with 2 girls.
oh, 2 girls.
2 motherfucking girls. I was like, yeah, I totally don't know why.
This is a good thing, but
I used to
yeah.
they were anyway,
well,
that was my
I went to Skyline Elementary for most of my career in elementary school. And I was there from 3rd grade to 5th grade, and I went there complete unknown. I was the new kid for a while, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't have very many friends at first, right? There was another Kyle, my first friend, my best friend. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say, because I have so many friggin' memories from that school. I was in conflict managers for a while. Were you in conflict managers? Okay, well, conflict managers is where you walk around the freaking playground and manage conflicts. Your job is... the problem was, okay, I was a player. And by that I don't mean like I loved a bunch of girls. By that I mean I loved to play, as in foursquare, tetherball, soccer, just going out and imagining things, playing on jungle gym, etc. I loved to play. The playground was my favorite place in the whole world. And I joined conflict managers not realizing that there was a schedule. And you had to like sign up to go walk around and not play during recess so you could fix other people's problems. So I ended up signing up once the entire freaking year. And I just completely would forget to go sign up. And I got so embarrassed about it that I just stopped. I just stopped going up there to do it. And I ended up just, playing.
I did get groped by a kindergartner.
What?
In 5th grade, we have this thing called, it's this little, like, carnival type relay event that we and, 1st through 5th grade would do theirs, and then, like, for some reason, the 5th graders would proctor the kindergartners.
Yeah.
And just randomly, some little girl just goes, hi, yoink, right on the winky. And the guy I'm with is just like, what the fuck? Just like, I don't...
Oh my god.
We're in 5th grade, yeah.
There was this...
It was a very weird experience at Sanger Ridge. Wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Do you guys have any listeners? Do you have any good elementary school memories?
Post in the comments or on Twitter some weird elementary experiences that you have. If you're on Twitter, @Goatpunch.
Also, if you have any your favorite cartoons, sign off in the comment section.
Yeah, do that.
But before I forget the story again.
Yeah, but let me. I was gonna go back to conflict managing, because there's more, right? You go into this friggin' training program where they show you this video, and there's these kids with smiles that are just, that their face is breaking because they're smiling so much. Imagine in your head, if you will, a kid whose smile is just way too big, just a creepily little bit too big. Kind of Chester the Cat, yeah. And they're like, when they would finish a point, like when they would make a point or like be like, this is how you do this, they would go, get it, got it, good.
Is that like freaking Mary-Kate and Ashley going on there?
Ah, it was, except they were like older.
Victory flows like waterfalls.
Oh my god! They would say that, right? And they would be like, they would have these huge smiles, and this kid had like his lips were way too pale. I always thought it was very strange, and he would just be freaked out by the end of it, and they would be telling you how to do this. You got your own T-shirt, whatever, right? And you would have to wear it on days you were conflict manager. Like I said, I did it like twice my entire time that year, and I was like in 4th grade. There was one time where I just walked around the playground and did nothing for the entire recess, which sucked balls, because I wanted to play.
Yeah.
And there was one time when I resolved some conflict between some 3rd graders, but it didn't actually get resolved. They just kind of made fun of me. And then I was like, well, fuck this. I'm going to play Foursquare. So I never signed up again, and nobody bothered me about it. So I was always like, well, okay, whatever. It was a bad decision. And the fact is the kids don't listen to you. You know? Conflict managing, it's bullshit. Kids are not going to listen to you. It's really dumb.
Honestly, I think it's just so they don't have to pay as much attention to kids.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. And the fact is that they had this, friggin' lady. Let me tell you about this adventure we had. We were in grade school, and we love soccer, right? One day I went to play soccer, and what we had was we had teams based on your class. We were in 5th grade, right? In our 5th grade, we're all playing soccer, and I was on Mrs. Ketchum's class, right? But I hated everybody in my class. I didn't like anybody, but I had a few friends in the different class. Miss Raines. There was Kyle, not you, obviously. Well, for the viewers.
Yeah.
There was Kyle, there was Wankun, who was a Korean kid. And he always, that kid. I liked Wankun, but he lied sometimes. He was like, I have Pokemon Green in Japanese. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was him and there was Donovan. And we would all play soccer together. We were this big team. We won every game that semester for that year. Until they, they pitted against us 2 classes with 2 teachers, student teachers, against a team with just students. And we were, actually, we had our own student teacher for a while. He was on our team. We were doing so good that he joined the other team because they were getting raped.
Yeah.
And that's when we lost. It's because they had 2 adults. And basically the combined might of 2 whole classes. Mrs. Ketchum's and Mrs. There was Miss Raines, Miss Ketchum's, and Miss Haynes, I guess. Miss Haynes and Miss Ketchum's class teamed up on us. And they beat the shit out of us. It was bad in. But that's okay, man. But that's okay. Because we were winners in our hearts.
You're all fucking losers.
But that year, right? We had this recess monitor. She was a new recess monitor. She didn't allow us to play with yo-yos. Okay?
Yeah.
And then she sat down. Her MO was to sit down in her little chair and monitor the recess from there. And because she could only see half of our friggin', soccer field.
Yeah.
She made a new rule without asking anybody else that you can only use half of the soccer field because I can't see where I'm sitting.
What are you doing anyway? Is she gonna get up out of her chair and chase you?
I don't know. We actually did that. We got in trouble.
I don't know. Like
The school fucking enforced that. It was bullshit.
Bolshevik.
Anyway, it was a bad, like, I don't know. The recess field got progressively smaller in the last quarter of 5th grade because of that. And she was just lazy and she's a sad person.
I also had a PE teacher that could have been a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into a lot of trouble in the recess area. The first thing that was outlawed at our school was and then Pogs. Like, I remember, I don't remember what I used to play with girls. That's all I did was play with girls.
Pogs got outlawed?
Yeah.
How do you outlaw
That was
Pogs?
with my brother, so.
How do you freaking outlaw Pogs? Yeah, I guess. I still have my Pogs. They're in my car.
Yeah, my brother had it.
They're in my car, by the way, not because I carry around Pogs in case I meet some kid and want to have a match.
Random Pogs match, go!
Hey, kid. You got some Pogs? Let's play. It's on. It's freaking on, Pogs. Oh, by the way, those of you who do not know what Pogs are, first of all, where have you been living since the 90s?
Must be 4.
You must be really young. In which case, what are you listening to? Go ask your parents.
What's
Don't
the
ask your
language
parents.
in this? You shouldn't be listening.
We're cussing. We're saying cursey word.
Cursey word.
So, no, I have my Pogs because I went to, recently I went to my storage building where I keep my stuff because I don't have enough room for it in the place I live right now. And I went in there and found a bunch of cool, old stuff that I had lying around. Found my Pogs. I found my Pokemon cards. I found my Pokedex. I have an original Pokedex, and it looks just like the thing from the anime. It's freaking awesome. I found so much stuff in there. It was a good day. I'm a real big fan of nostalgia. I love.
So everyone likes to feel nostalgia.
Everybody likes to look back on their, childhood fondly, right?
Oh yes. Well, not getting into childhood.
We're just talking about it.
I know, like big childhood.
Okay, it's not. Okay.
But yes, if anybody else would like to share their fond childhood,
Yep. In the comments section or on Twitter, please share your favorite childhood memory, your favorite childhood cartoon,
favorite childhood video game, favorite childhood.
Yeah, post about your childhood in the comments section. Also, if you would like, please draw a logo for Goatpunch.
Yeah, if you want to, if you're feeling frisky, go ahead and draw us a logo.
Yeah, draw us a logo. It would be fun.
Oh, the logo.
Draw a logo.
Draw a logo of what?
Draw from Legos.
Sweet.
The country.
Country Legolas.
Legolas. Draw us a picture of Legolas for no reason.
Draw us. Draw
us. Nude. I think that's enough.
Yeah, going downhill. You're pretty.
Starting to talk about nudity. Also, childhood. What?
Yeah, whoa.
Plebs are needed. You guys don't get that, do you? We had this podcast once,
That one.
and we talked about plebs.
Plebs.
Roman.
No, you were talking about,
I was talking about playing Caesar 3.
and you didn't know what plebs were, so you got pissed off about playing the game.
Yeah, I was trying to build shit, right? I just wanted to build a building, right?
Yeah.
And in SimCity, do you need to have people to build, roads? Nope. On Caesar 3, you need human beings in your town to build a freaking road. And it would go, plebs are needed. Plebs are needed. How do I get fucking plebs in order to build my shit?
Where's your fucking pleb shop?
I don't know where the plebs are. Where's the pleb shop? How can I buy me some plebs? Plebs. Plebs are needed. Plebs are needed. Plebs are needed. Plebs. Anyway. Thank you guys for
That's
watching.
how plebs are needed.
You just gotta know that they're needed.
So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little rant about cartoons and childhood memories. Nostalgia, basically.
Also, in the comments section, if you would like, along with your childhood memory and everything, post a subject for us to talk about next time.
Yeah.
What would you like to hear?
What would you like to hear? I hope you enjoyed the game in the background. Again, it was Uncharted 3. Make sure you pick it up. Don't give yourself an excuse. Just do it.
It's amazing. If you have a PS3, if you don't have a PS3, get a PS3.
Get a PS3. Then buy it.
Buy the game.
Buy.
This needs to be the first game you freaking buy, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
The Little Big Planet 2.
That too.
Anyways, guys, I thank everybody for watching and listening.
Yes.
And this has been Sweet Victory.
And Awesome Sauce.
And we will see you next time someplace somewhere.
On Goatpunch.
On Goatpunch or on Spook Victory 117 / YouTube / Spook Victory 117 even. Bye.